Today marks the 100th anniversary of the 1910 fire. It was the largest forest fire in American history, burning 3 million acres of timber in northern Idaho and western Montana. 86 people lost their lives. Survivors walked away with stories of heartbreak and heroism. As KXLY4's Tania Dall shows us, a tribute today in Wallace for the brave who risked it all on the fire lines.
Ranger Ed Pulaski was one of those heroes, and 100 years later, a memorial he designed for those fallen men has become a reality.
We saw big cedars, wonderful old-growth cedars that were burned and tousled to the ground like matchsticks.
It's hard to imagine hurricane-force winds and relentless flames scorching these Silver Valley hillsides. 100 years ago today, that's what Ranger Ed Pulaski faced attempting to knock down forest fires with a 45-man crew.
These trees would have been bending over, the sky would have been orange, black.
Overpowered by the fire, Pulaski led the group to this mine, drew a pistol and said he'd shoot anyone who tried to run. All but 5 men survived. Decades later, a new generation of forest rangers look back at the 1910 fire and those heroes with respect.
It's nothing that I've ever seen and probably will never see.
Shaded by trees, many only 100 years old, a crowd gathered at 9 Mile Cemetery in Wallace today to pay tribute to the past, ever so present.
There's lots of evidence of that fire still here with the trees. It totally changed the landscape.
Thomas Welsh.
A chance to remember Pulaski and so many others who unknowingly took on America's fiercest forest fire with very few resources and manpower.
We saw communities be devastated and burned to the ground. We saw people lose their lives, both from the firefighter to the people that were in their homes. Tragic events, but it certainly set a change for where we are today.
In the Silver Valley, Tania Dall, KXLY4, HD News.
Additional commemorative events will be taking place across the region all weekend long. Avery, Idaho will hold a pancake breakfast and has several historians and authors lined up to speak about the Great Fire. An ATV run will take place across Sanders County, Montana, beginning in Trout Creek. Riders will see several old lookouts, an authentic 1910 fire camp, and hear presentations from experts. For a complete list of events, just head to KXLY.com and click on News Links.